Hello, it's Pikoala here, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. So I'm presenting with another apartment reno, a little different. I guess you'd still call it a reno or renovation, but it's the apartment buildings in Evergreen Harbor, the world that came with the Eco Living Pack. Now, I always forget about these apartments. I think it's literally like one set. I forgot what exactly like section or town it's called in that world, but it's on the left side when you're looking at the world. And I think there's only that one building or maybe two buildings of apartments, and I always forget about these apartments because they do have an okay location. I mean, it's a little industrial. In this time period when I was doing the renovation, it was like a green print. It was all green. It was all not very industrial, things like that. But I wanted to go ahead because I really wanted to make kind of like a summery themed apartment, a little more a spring vibe, just very bright. And now with the beautiful weather coming out on my side, I just really wanted something light and bright, but still cozy. You know what I mean? Because overall, I prefer like light and bright more than anything, to be honest. But I definitely wanted to still make it very cozy because like sometimes you see those houses that are like very light, or apartments, you see them, they're very like light and bright, like I said, and they just look too clean and too neat, and it's like you don't even want to step foot or like touch anything because you feel like you're gonna dirty it or mess it up. I don't know, whatever. So I wanted to make like a very cozy home that had very light colors, but also very homey. Like you can literally like basically you'll see to my portray of the sim who lived here or is living here. Basically, I'm thinking, probably moved from the country. So she was like a small town girl. And, she had all these like knickknacks that came along with her, but she just wanted something different. Or he, whichever. I just had this vision in my brain, so I was like, she. But whoever. And, she basically wanted something different, wanted to be surrounded by something different, wanted just a whole new look. So this is kind of her style. I feel like it has a little country vibe to it, but not at the same time. I don't know what you would really call this type of style. Maybe a little more chic. I don't know. I'm not really good at that. But, so yeah, she moved from the country and she moved into here to get something different. And I had this vision that she was expecting. So she has a baby on the way. Whether, her partner is in her life or not, she's an independent woman, and she makes her own jewelry. So she has like kind of like a lot of, I wouldn't say odd jobs, but like she has a lot of like little small businesses because she's a very creative sim. So, again, she moved out here to get a little bit more, promote more of her stuff. I see her being like a very, very good cook, with her having a lot of family in the country. She had her grandmother, she had her mom, she had all her family to show her, her aunts, her uncles to show her how to like cook all these different recipes. And, she has probably like a whole family recipe book, I see. So, I see her being a really, really amazing cook, really amazing baker. So definitely having like a very grand, but, smallish kitchen. But, she has, space to prep and just a lot of appliances from the Home Chef Hustle Pack. And then she also has a little small dog, or it can be a cat. You can add like a cat scratcher to this home. I didn't add that in, or in a litter box, but you'll see me adding in like a little dog bowl to the side, a little bed, and just some toys, kind of spread out a little bit because I wanted it to make it very neat as well. Because that's the thing. It's like I feel like less cluttery homes. It's so neat. It's so nice. And again, you don't want to like touch anything or mess anything up, or it just doesn't look lived in. So I definitely wanted this apartment to look lived in, but very neat. So that's why you'll kind of see me thinking and going back and forth with like, you'll see me going back and forth doing like, going back and forth adding in very like clutter items. Just because I was like, do I want to put more clutter? Is it too much? Does it not look good? But again, like, it's just, it is what it is. She maybe brought stuff that her mom and maybe her grandma, her aunts and uncles were just like giving her stuff to put in her new place. I don't know. That's just kind of what I see. And I was trying also with the layout of this apartment, I was trying to figure it out because I'm like, do I want to keep the same layout? I did initially like the layout. I just wanted to make it work for what I wanted to work. But the annoying thing is I couldn't delete those little square windows. I couldn't delete them. But tell me why on the other side I could add them. Like, I was able to add, I think, a 3-tier window on that left side there. Like, I'm just like, what? Because I would have replaced that small square window with a 3-tier instead, and like put that all around, just so there's more like natural light coming in. Because if you can see just from the game showing the 3-tier, like, it just looks so nice. But I don't know if it's a glitch. Again, I don't really like work or build in apartments, and I never really worry about the windows, and I feel like these windows were just annoying me just a tad more than like the San Myshuno apartments. So I don't know. But yeah, so the living room, I went with the cozy. I want to say it came with the book nook kit. I'm pretty sure, but I love those couches. Like, if I could have them in real life, I totally would. They're just so cozy and comfy, and that's kind of what I was going for. And then the coffee table, I think I cut it out, but it took me forever to figure out what coffee table, because I did want like a very like chic glass to kind of go along with the glass dining table, but it just didn't look good. It was too big, and then if I sized it down, it was too small. So I'm just like, let me go with these, put it together. This is from the desert kit, desert patio or something like that. So I just kind of make them the shade like that, off-white, and I thought it looked really nice overall. I put some books, that little like book nook kit tray with the book and the cup, and then I just added the candle. Again, candles just add so much ambiance and coziness, so I just had to add that in. And then I used the Modern Luxe curtains, just because I loved it. And then, it's showing the window frame. I didn't love it very much, so I did eventually add in another curtain to kind of give it a little accent, make it look a little nicer. So I did do that, because I wish you can kind of like customize the curtain the way you want it to cover the frame. But it's fine. So yeah, I just added that in. I added some board games on the bottom of the coffee table. Again, because she's a very family-oriented sim. So, with her having maybe friends over, her family come to visit, they love playing board games. She loves playing board games. And then her expecting a baby, not saying the baby would play board games, but you know what I'm trying to say. She has, cousins, and maybe she has nieces and nephews too that come and visit. She just loves to play board games, puzzles, all that. Loves to do all that. And, I think she found her making with jewelry. And I just also wanted to build and furnish with the jewelry pack, or was it a kit? Whichever. I wanted to work with it a little bit because I haven't seen it. And I was kind of looking at the new kits as well, like the party essentials and all that, just to kind of get an idea. Because I actually I got it, but then I never really used it in my own gameplay, so I wanted to see it. But yeah, I guess the Crystal Creations kit kind of had a more antique, I thought it was gonna be very chic and modern. I just had that envision, but it had more of a antique look, that dark wood tones. I don't know. So, but I made it work. It did have that, because I was going with lighter wood tones, so it did have that specific shade. So you'll see me adding it in. You haven't seen really anything yet, but I kind of decided last minute. And then I'm just adding random storage boxes again, she just maybe moved in or whichever. Again, just to make it a little bit more clutter and whatnot. But yeah, I really loved how the living room came out. I was trying to stick with the same colors to accent them. I didn't want to, the rug too in the living room took me forever because I feel like every rug that I was going for made the rest of the house look like kind of, or just with the wallpaper made it look washed out. So I wanted something bright and colorful, but that matched. And then I did use the Crystal Creations wallpaper. I do want to say that I changed the the little backdrop there, but I could be wrong. Oh, I did. So I left it as like a little accent wall, and then the rest I did like the same color tone, but just a little different. I went with the Modern Luxe bed, and then the modern, I think the Modern Luxe end tables as well. But you'll see. I forgot. I switched up a lot of stuff because again, I was trying to go for a certain style, and then I was like steering another way, and then I'm like, no, go back to what you originally wanted. Like, don't get crazy. But I love how the bedroom turned out. It turned out really big. And that was the thing with this room, or this apartment, I mean, is that it was one huge room. And I was just like, it's just so unnecessarily big. I get it. They need like a whole space to work on, certain fabrication and whichever in the eco lifestyle careers and whatnot. But it can manageably be and 2 bedrooms like perfectly fine, because if you see, I made a nursery and it came out like it's actually pretty big. The only reason why it may look a little small because I put her Crystal Creations like workspace there, so that thing is huge, so it looks like it's taking up the entire room. So yeah, so I'm adding, a few things in here. I added the little dog bed in there too. I kind of like move it around as well. That little wall hanging display, that's from Crystal Creations. And then I just added like a mix of Modern Luxe, and I think that long or that high wardrobe dresser is from High School Years. And just a lot of gold and white accents as well. And then we'll get to the bathroom because, bathroom's going to be boring. But the bathroom that I did was actually really nice. Like, I just love that bathroom, and the colors and whatnot. So yeah, I added some like jewelry, just some workout equipment because I see her being very active. And I was gonna add it in her bedroom, but I'm just like, it's not gonna fit. Cause tell me why I thought it had to have a chair, which I just thought of because I could have added it back into her bedroom, but I thought it had to come with a chair, and there was no chair going with it, so I assume like they have to stand. I don't know. It was kind of funny. I thought it was a little too high to have a chair, but I guess they stand and make the jewelry, which is fine. It kind of makes more sense that way. It kind of back to, my inspiration for the apartment, and like what type of sim would live here. So obviously I think she is expecting, so she's gonna have a baby. I pictured her just maybe having her baby shower, so she has like all her stuff from the baby shower, and she kind of just like has it in storage because she's not completely ready yet. The crib is built and all that, and she has like all the necessities up and built. That's why you see like the high chair in the dining room, but there's certain things like boxes and maybe gifts that, she's just trying to still rearrange, basically. I added a little desk in here too. Those narrow desks really come in handy because, sometimes those huge desks when you don't have a whole office and you just want to put into your bedroom real quick, it just works out so well, and it just adds a little bit more character, especially when you can add, certain things that pertains to their personality. And that wall was kind of empty, so I did that little trick where, I used that item and I placed it on top of each other like it was kind of holding it up, so to speak. I added, some plants in here because, I do think from being in the country, maybe she, loved planting, loved gardening with her family, whichever. And then now we go on to the nursery. So I was back and forth with the color combo. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I did add a bassinet too into her bedroom because obviously she hasn't had the baby yet. Realistically, you always have the bassinet like right by your side in the bedroom because the newborn wakes up like every 3 hours, especially in The Sims. So I added that in with some, boxes, whichever, like next to it. Again, she has to organize and get everything together. But again, so this is kind of basically a generalized nursery. So boy or girl does not matter. So I was trying to go with that same color scheme because I wanted to do that yellow. Again, I did that accent wall, and I just wanted to go something that complements. And I feel like green and yellow, you know, green and yellow complement each other, then blue and yellow. So I was just kind of mixing all that together. But I'm really happy how it came out, especially the end table with those like little briefcases. It just, I don't know. It just, I love it. I love it. Now, it does, like in the nursery, you'll see kind of looks, everything's like shoved together. But, over time, we'll make it work. And, maybe she'll have more room to put her, crystal workspace somewhere else. Or maybe she'll open up a shop and do everything there. But as of right now, that's kind of where it's going to be at. And it's okay. Obviously, when he's or she, the baby, is, of age of an infant and they're trying to go in there and mess with it, we're going to have to move it because it's kind of like a safety hazard. But, but I hope you guys enjoy the build. Again, you can make, or the apartment, you can just overall make it however you want. I feel like this style can pertain to a lot of Sims. And you can kind of switch it up however you want, like the swatches or anything. If you want a darker tone, whichever, whatever works for you. But I'm really happy with how this apartment came out. Again, I really have to start like playing with apartments, especially in Evergreen Harbor, because I forget about them. I really do. And I don't really play in Evergreen Harbor a lot because like the setting and the everything around, it's just very industrial and very like, it's not even like the city to me. It just feels like a work place. You know what I mean? Like just so much construction everywhere and whichever. So I don't know. I feel like I never really do some gameplay in there. I feel like it's kind of like a temporary place. I don't know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the apartment. I'm gonna let you guys kind of vibe out, listen to the music, and just watch the rest of the build. That's all. But I will see you guys in the next video.